When I was growing up, I had visions of fantastical giant robots that would fight for good, and amazing vehicles that had a configuration for every situation. Cool engineers and inventor types that were knowledgeable enough to get out of any predicament. Or strong warrior characters with indestructible weapons that fought to protect that which was good. The influence of these shows told me of what I was to become, an engineer. I've spent countless hours of contemplating on how I can make that which I've seen into reality. Now I have the power to do it. I've designed and created many things, and I've been doing it for over 25 years. And now it's time for me to share my process with you. I draw inspiration from concept art, shapes, ideas, media, nature, whatever. I'm going to show you how to take a vision and step by step make it into a reality. I'll share with you the tricks that I've used to help me create things for over 25 years. Now, join me as I endeavor to create a whole new plethora of projects. From the simple, the niche, to the overly complex. This is Designed by Purpose. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. And we are live. Happy Monday, Valentine's Day 2022. Hope everybody's doing well today. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I am your host, Damon Paget, Robotronics on 9 if you're watching on Twitch. And this is Designed by Purpose, Design and Chill, the noonday design show, real-time design, real-time engineering, right here on the streaming platform of your choice. Yes, sir, Bob. Yep. So I'm back at it again. I did some more work over the weekend. Just so you don't know, if this is your first time, I am an engineer, and I am creating my own custom radio for robotics, remote control projects, whatnot. It's my hero radio, so it'd be at least my first version of the hero radio, so it'll be used for a whole lot of things. So the main thing is that I get it built and that I get it in service so that I actually continue on these other projects. So over the weekend, where I left off from my last stream, or I asked if you can see some of the differences that I've done since the last stream from Friday. Can you spot the differences? So yeah, but if you cannot, I'll point some of them out. I added the bottom plate, the bottom faceplate. Oh yeah, a couple of differences I forgot. Yep. Actually, there's quite a few things I changed or added. So I added the bottom faceplate on here, and you can see I've typed in the first version of my hero, just some hero text. I originally was going to put it up here, and I may still do that, but I didn't put those screws in there. I need to move these. I think I'm going to move these holes out to the sides instead of being in line with these holes. But originally I was going to put hero up here. I may still do that. But I had all this blank empty space down here that just nothing was happening. So I wanted to put something to kind of break up that emptiness. And so excuse me, I added the text there. So I'm so far I'm pretty happy with it. I'm interested to see how it's going to look when it's actually printed. Of course, I can turn off these lines to try to get a little bit of a feel for how it's going to look. So something along those lines. Okay, so I have that. What else? Let's go. I added, let's put this back on here. I actually added some screws to the top just so I can start getting a feel for how that's going to look. I'm going to use M2 screws. Originally I was using 440s. I had planned on using 440 screws, but because the inserts, the heat
the press fit in heated inserts. I don't know what you would call them. Because most of those were available in metric sizes, I opted to change everything over to metric screws. So, which is fine. So I have the heated inserts, and I have the screws already here. So I decided to go with the M2. I figured they're quite small, and it's not like this isn't a load bearing. These face plates aren't load bearing, so to speak. You know, they just need to be on there. So I thought the 2 would be unobtrusive. So I'll probably go with the well, I already bought them, so they're black oxide, the dark color. Check. Yep, they're black oxide. And I thought about briefly. I thought about it. I was like, well, maybe I could do just the chrome or the stainless steel look or whatever. But I think I want to go with the black oxide. I think I want to keep them black. So we have that. I went and popped some holes in so you can see the ports on the Arduino Mega. So that's cool. What else? I pretty much finalized the buttons, the bumper buttons up here. Well, I shouldn't say finalized, but I made progress. So I scooted them over. I centered them within this face. I also added a little bit more substantial flange in the back, so you can see it doesn't have just that see-through gap where you can go into or debris can go into the radio. It is open. There is a little space on this side. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to deal with that, but right now, this is what I've done. So this one also has you can see it has a flange. The flange encompasses more, it fills in that gap. Same thing here. This is actually a button that's out of place. So you can see how that goes now. I did say that I was going to keep this lip. Originally I was going to get rid of this lip, but I'm going to keep it kind of as a finger guide. So I think I'll leave that there. That's no problem. So I'm supposed to be working on this battery box and getting this finalized. So I'm still, in my mind, still kind of working through it. I do know that I'm going to probably turn this up on its side instead of having it lay flat. So I can do that real quick. Because I'm more than likely, battery box. I was trying to see if there's any mates. There's no mates. I'm more than likely going to make an insert that goes into this area that's going to encompass both the top main body, or intrude upon, I should say, the top main body and the bottom second portion. So it's going to be a separate 3D printed part. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'll change colors or not. I may think of it more like a window frame. So I may keep it in the same color, print out of the same material, and then make the actual door or box out of a different material. Uh-oh. It stopped moving for a second. Let's see here. All right, let's bring this down a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm having some memory issues or something, because my Solidworks keeps slowing down a little bit. But like I said, I have a lot going on. I'm streaming, I'm recording. So let's try to get this. All right. So I'm probably going to leave it in that configuration, or orientation is the better word to use. Let me close this. Say hi for a second. Turn this transparency back on. So this door will be I might just turn it back off. Make it transparent. So that door is going to be reconfigured. So to recap on this, I'm going to make a window frame, a door frame. There's a separate piece that will be mated and glued into the first main body. I'll do that, and then the actual battery holder itself will mate with that window piece. That's what I'm thinking. That window piece will extend down. It will extend down. It'll be glued on the top portion. It will just be some kind of mating surface, a mating frame on the bottom portion that the bottom piece can go into. So that's what I have in mind right now. So we'll see if that changes anymore between now and actual implementation. All right, with that being said, today I want to actually make a part. At least make a stand-in for a particular part. Let me show it to you. Let me show you the part. And then we'll, where's my magic notebook? Oh no, I didn't bring it around. Uh-oh. Delinquent. Let me show you the part while I go get the magic notebook. All right. I'll be right back. Turns out I didn't have to go far at all. The magic notebook was right around the corner. All right. I got to take some measurements in case I don't remember them off the top of my head. All right, let's go over here. Testing 1, 2. Yep. Has this weird echoey volume thing, but we'll deal with that. Reverb. So I got my calipers, and this is the magic. Of course, I haven't gone over the actual components yet, and we'll do that more once I get through the actual printing of the radio in itself. But this is, I'm using the LO1, what is it? The NRF, oh gosh, I got the numbers all wrong. RF2 LO, I'll look it up and put it. It's a pretty common transmitter receiver, and that's what I'm using. This is actually the antenna adapter, the antenna version. There is the one where it has just the little traces where you don't actually have to add the antenna to it, but I have the antenna added. So I'm going to measure this, and I'm going to make a little mock-up just so I can put it in the model. So let's see what we got here. Let's see, 1.6 on the dot, on the nose, really, 1.6, and 1.6 by 0.6. Okay, so let's start with that. How thick is it? We'll make it, well, it says, what is it? 0.04. 0.04. Yeah, 0.04. Yeah, it's not quite a 16th. Let's do that so that I have a little accurate. Okay, so let's make that. Okay, so that should be simple enough. Let's just start our sketch. New sketch on top. I think, do I have? No, I do not have I have a gesture for this one. Is that a gesture for that? Yeah. Now I should have done the center. Well, let's just do it anyways. So this is 0.6. Oh, got to remember to switch my view. All right, so we're back. This is 0.6 wide, and then it's going to be 1.6 in length. 1.6. I don't know why there's a delay on my like I said, it's probably because I'm running so much in the background. All right, let's just go ahead and center this thing up. Midpoint, and select our little There we go. Bam. That's cool. All right. So now let's just go and extrude. Oops. And we said, oh, I said 0.4. So I'm going to do midpoint, which I always do that, 0.4. So we got our little wafer PCB board. I'm actually going to make that. Well, I'll change it later. All right. I know we're going to have. I'm just going to bring the calipers over here to where I am, so I can measure this. Let's just get the dimension, the distance. Oops. Roughly from the standoff. I think you guys can see it on. Yeah, you can kind of see me measuring over my keyboard. 0.04. Oh, no. 4.44. Yeah, it's almost like 440. So let's just make this. I'm gonna let's see if I can find that gesture again. Oh, so I do have a gesture coming down. Just grab that. I need to get my center line tool. So now that I'm doing more regular work with SolidWorks now, and through this process of these streams, I plan on streamlining the workflow. You know, knowing which gesture is where. Now this doesn't matter, I don't think. Knowing where it is, being familiar with my little hotkeys and setting them up, you know. So all that I plan on getting done through this endeavor. So thank you for participating. If you're an avid watcher, thank you so much for joining me through this journey. Oh, get rid of that. All right, that's cool. We don't really need that. Doesn't. I'll just set this 5. All right, let's get our extrusion going. I said 0.44. All right, just a little bit over 7/16. Okay, so we got that. Now let's get the width on this thicker. We're just under 3/4 of an inch. 0.732 roughly. All right, so we're gonna go normal to that. I am going to start a new sketch. I'm going to use my gesture button. Yep. And I'm going to pull this out. Yep. 1, 2. Bam. All right, 732. We'll just do that. That's fine. Center that up. Come here. Give me that midpoint. Snap to the center line. All right, we got that. Now let's see what our length is. It'll be cool. Then we'll have, at least I'll have a space holder, a moderately accurate space holder. We're looking at a little bit a little bit over 1 1/8. So let's say 1 point. Oh no, not 1 1/8. 1.032. All right. 1.032. All righty. Now let's just get this overall length. What is the overall length from the top of this? Let's see if we can get that. I notice as I've gotten older, because I've been staring at these computer screens, I cannot see things up close anymore. 2. I'll just make it 2.3. We'll round it. 2.3. All right, not too bad. Okay. Oops. All right, so now I need to extrude it. I will do the same. Oh, how thick was it again? Oh, it was just under that was weird. Okay, this is actually a little more than 1/16 of an inch, so 0.065. All right, let's see what we got. Yes, sir. Okay, let's add a little color to this thing. Let's see here. Get this one. Switch hands. I think it's the angle that I was holding the mouse. It's just like, it just doesn't feel good. And like I said, I bought my my Logitech with all the hopes of never having sore wrists, but it didn't work out as the way I wanted it to. Okay, let's see here. I still need some lessons on this whole color part. I use it, but it's like, do I understand it fully? Do I understand the parameters the way they're supposed to be? Let's just give this a name. I'm gonna say underscore BRD 1 underscore BRD 2. Now, should I just side note? I mean, should I be more descriptive in those things? Let's just call this connector. I'm gonna say con, C-O-N, and okay. All right, so let's save this. I didn't even make it as an assembly. I just made it all one part. Let's add the actual antenna. Now, like I said, if you're doing something, you need a placeholder, or like you don't have the actual model or something, but you need something, you know, like a mock version of it, then, you know, I'm all about doing this. Now, granted, if the actual model was available on GrabCAD, if I saw it, I would definitely use it. 2.235. I would definitely suggest going to do that, but I just figured 0.235. In this situation, just make those equal. This would be the way to go, just to model it real quick. So that's what we're doing. But this will allow me to at least have that in the model as a placeholder. All right, it's the midpoint. Ideally, man, I really want to get to where, like, you know, I model CAD model like a touch typist. That's what I would want. That would be my ultimate way of doing this. 3. I'm just gonna make that at 3. You see the beauty of having doing the mouse with the left hand and having your other hand on the number pad. I wouldn't have to take it off. Let's see here. Let's make this 355. That's fine. And of course, I'm designing this with enough wiggle room that I don't have to have an exact model. So, you know, and this isn't necessary for 0.355. Is that right? 0.355. For people who are new to this process so that they understand why I'm doing it that way. Why I'm just why I'm not making it totally exact. Mainly because in this representation it doesn't matter as much, because I'm designing it with enough wiggle room that if I'm not 100, oops, I grabbed that face. That was wrong. That I'm designing it with enough wiggle room that if it's not exact 100%, that it's not going to be a deal breaker. So yeah, that's what it is. And I try to do a lot. I try to use that in many designs where it's like, okay, let me just give myself some extra. And then also the thought is like, okay, after I make the first one, that I can see where, okay, well this little part right here actually needs to be a little bit more precise. You know what I'm saying? I can see where I need to tighten up a little bit. And I'm okay with doing it that way. All right. Make sure everything, oh, I did not hit the timer as usual. I need a non-hit a timer jar, so every time I don't hit it, I keep track. It's 20 minutes late. Just can't seem to hit that timer. So now I got a timer on my screen that's just not going anywhere. Let me get a swig of this juice. This clear juice. All right. Back to this. Let me get a... Uh-oh. All right. That works. Let's just slide this down a little bit. Now, I know in AutoCAD, I can just do like a quadrant there. And here in SolidWorks, I think you can add the little point and then move the point to that. Yes. Let's just give it some. All right, I'm going to extrude it out a little bit. Let's see here. 0.147. All right. Let's see what we got. Come on. 0.147. 0.147. All right. Now let's get the big circle. I'm actually going to put the antenna on. Let's see here. You could say 397.397. Oh, I think I've seen that somewhere else. Sketch. Get the circle. Get in the center of, oops, there we go. Gesture, dimension. Come on. Slow me up. 0.397. We got it. Man, that don't look right. That does not look right. Let's see here. Maybe nah. I think it is right. 0.397. No, it's right. Let's just give that. Let's just 0.8125. Come on, baby. Actually, gonna have the antenna in here. 0.8125. How are we doing out there? So, like I said, if you catch this on the replay, be sure to like and subscribe. Follow follow me on the Twitch stream or the YouTube channel and check it out. Check these out. I have a lot of projects. Like I said, I'm just really working through the not bugs, but I'm just really kind of working through and figuring out how to do the stream, what's the best way to do it, how to conduct it, what other elements I'd like to add to it other than just my just me designing. Things like that. Some other I'd like to add some topics to talk about, you know, as designers, as engineers. I hope that the channel fills up with people who have the interest in that, you know what I'm saying, who design in their own right, whether that be on the product design side or on a more not consumer facing products, more on the industrial side. However, you know, this is all about the joy of designing. All right, the expressions, how you express yourself through your designs, where you can, because some depending on what you're doing, you may not be able to. It may need to be clearly functional. I mean, I guess you always express yourself some kind of way, right? I mean, even if I'm making something this really just functional, I mean, is it gonna be sleek functional, or is it gonna be over engineered functional? Because I've seen both, where you know, use the largest pieces of raw material that are possible, right? Whereas instead of using the least, I mean, for me, I've always been a person, whenever I'm designing something, I'm kind of minimalist in a way, you know, or I like things that are small and dense. You'll see that as I go along, when I get to doing the robots, building robot platforms and stuff, like I said, majority of the platforms I build or try to build I try to make them small and utilize all the space that I have. So I try anyways. I don't always succeed, but I try. Let's see, this is really unnecessary, but I'm doing it, so let's just go ahead and finish it up. In case I want to pose an antenna, let's see if I can see how easily I can do this. Come on, what happened? Why did that not? What did I miss? Oh, it wasn't on there. Okay, shoot. Oh, it's trying to get on the midpoint. One thing about the parametric modeling and stuff is learning the language, you know, being able to understand when it's telling you the error, you know, understand what it's talking about. Understand, oh, well, it's trying to snap to this and you need to not do that, or you have it defined in all these dimensions, you need to just being cognizant of that. I mean, that's some serious stuff. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and insert this in. I don't necessarily need to do the other part at the moment. Come on, let's get these. That's gonna say. Thought I was on the whole body. That'll stay. Let's finish this up. Keep it moving. Can I add? Yeah, that worked. Okay. I do like intuitive. Hey, ooh, I know. A couple of things. I'm trying to figure out what this new. I've seen this CAD software that they use on these tablets with the little pen. I haven't seen it yet. I mean, I haven't like actually traced down and figured out exactly what it is. But I had an idea for that myself, but I couldn't develop the software yet. What is this? Antenna mock. Let's just say antenna. Let's say ant mock. Let's just do that. All right, let's bring this in. Also, a side note, I wanted to let you guys know, let me see if I can find that link. I meant to have that link prepared for you guys. I actually have the CAD model because I downloaded it yesterday. But I also wanted to have the link, or I can Google it and put it in the chat. So for those of you on Twitch, if you're checking this out on Twitch, or if you just you're on LinkedIn and you're a fan of gaming and Valve is the company, and Steam is the platform for playing games on your computer, PC. They have something called the Steam Deck. And basically, it's similar. You can think of a Nintendo Switch for your computer games. And I just found out 2 days ago, or yesterday, actually, rather, that Steam Deck is due to be released, I think, at the end of this month, or maybe in a couple of months or something. My facts are all messed up. I'll look it up. But it's not out yet. There's still anticipation for it, and everybody wants to get their hand on it. It's not out yet, but in the interim, or the meantime, while it's not out, Steam, I'll find the link. Steam has actually released the CAD models to the Steam Deck. No, it's just the outside CAD models. Let me see. Steam, yeah. It's just the outside CAD models. Yep, I'm going to, yep, here we go. I'm going to put this in the chat. But yeah, so I mean, you can download the CAD models, Steam Deck CAD files. You can download the CAD models, and you can 3D print, an accurate size representation of the piece of hardware before it comes out, which I thought that was pretty neat. I need to find out how many other companies release CAD files of their products, so that you can, because they even said they want the community, Steam Deck CAD files, to start making aftermarket things for it. So it was a release. I was gonna say a press release. I'm reading what's on the link that I put in the chat. It says, "Hello, good news for all tinkers, modders, accessory manufacturers, or folks who just want to 3D print a Steam Deck to see how it feels. Today we're making CAD files for the external shell surface topology of the Steam Deck available. Download under the Creative Commons license. This includes the step models, the STL models, and drawings for your reference." So yeah, I thought that was really cool. I'll pull up the model I downloaded yesterday. Open recent Steam Deck. So and maybe that is a very common practice, and I just wasn't aware of it. But nevertheless, it's really cool. I'm debating on. Let me see if I was debating on if I want to print one out. I think I got right now the actual model. Let's see if it pulls up. Excuse me. I actually made the mistake. No, I don't want to do that. I made a mistake of doing the feature recognition. It was like, oh, you didn't need to do that. There was no reason to do that. It's just there's no reason. So it took a long time. But yeah, like I said, being that I'm into control surfaces, this was really exciting for me, for the most part. So I can really kind of look at how they did theirs, and just kind of get a idea of how, okay, well, this is how they're doing it in industry. Actually a large scale consumer device, and kind of get a feel from that. You can see the gap they had. Look at the gap they have between their buttons. Oh, actually, that's probably not true. It's actually, this is the the case goes underneath the button more than likely. Yeah, okay, yeah, it just comes down, but the gap actually between the button and the case is probably a lot smaller than that. So this is just a feature where it has like a gully. So with that being said, I'll go back on mine and say, okay, I was gonna make it closer anyway, but maybe I'll make it so it kind of, they overlap. Also, the parting seam between the two, I had planned on doing that with mine, because currently with my with the radio, there's no parting seam. Granted, that's not even showing. Let me show you the bottom. Put the bottom half back on. Yeah. So as it stands right now, there is no parting seam, but there will be one. I will back that up a little bit. I mean, do you have to have one? I mean, technically, I guess I don't. But I do want to make sure I have these, that I make these two halves up properly, and that I have something that automatically aligns them, so you don't have to make putting screws in there an easier task. So I haven't made the screw holes on the bottom yet. I haven't even done the screw hole. Well, I haven't made all the bosses on the top part yet either. So I still got a lot of work to do. Let me change this to transparent. Let's insert this antenna. All right, I'm gonna go to insert. Let me make sure you guys can still see what I'm doing. Hey, thank you for tuning in. If you're watching on LinkedIn, thank you so much. It is LinkedIn. Yeah, LinkedIn. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Yes, sir. But yeah, I hope you find, if you're interested in design like I am, that this may be kind of entertaining and informative. I did put a link in the chat for the CAD files to the valvesteamdeck, which were released like 2 days ago. So if you are a gamer or you like product design or something like that, hey, feel free to check those out. You can 3D print them. I was like, man, that's probably like $20 worth of filament. Of course, you got to have a printer that can print that size. I think it's like 10.5 inches long by 6.5 inches wide. Is that right? 10 is like 10.5 long, or this way, like keyboard in that direction. Then it's like 6 inches. It's not that. I forgot. I don't know what. I get getting those dimensions confused in my head. All right, so let's do this. Let's make this face with. Oh man, I missed it. I guess it didn't really matter. I could. Yep. Make this right here. I'm going to just make it parallel. Come on, Solidworks. Don't stop on me now. Matter of fact, I've been doing all this time, and I hadn't hit save on my mom. I'm cruising for a bruising, bruh. Cruising for a bruising. I don't want to do that. All right. How am I going to do this? I need to do something different. Let's give me a section. No, let's flip this over. No, that's not what I want. Flip. Now let's see if I can place it. Okay. Let's pull this down a little bit. Come on, respond. Thank you again if you stopped by. Appreciate it. Oh, no, I put that in there. Okay, let's do this. Yep, we got those. So I made a little feature in the main the main body that's supposed to just kind of encapsulates that PCB board. The actual SME, I believe that's correct, SME connector, that actually is what's holding it. So I might have to check the diameters on these. Okay, that's kind of looking Oops. All right, now, well, let's do it this way. Slide this back. I'm gonna click this face. I'm gonna run it straight here. All right, let's see how that came out. Okay, so yeah, I got plenty of little wiggle room if there's any solder things. Now I did not give myself enough on this outside bumper, this plate. So let me go back and fix that. I don't really want the antennas. Well, I mean, it's not that far. I was like, I don't really want the antenna to stick out that far. I like how, I do like how the Spectrum, their radios, how they did their antennas. If I'm not mistaken, there was just the little short, kind of like the nub. I like that. But I also noticed on the DJIs, that they have the I'm not sure if it's the DJ or the Fly Skies, they have the like the T-bar antenna. So, you know, I guess really what matters is how well the transmission goes. Okay, so it looks like I may have been off or a little bit. I need to go a little deeper on the where the antenna sits, because it looks like there may be some interference there. So I'm probably gonna have to open that up a little bit, make it a little deeper, and that's okay. That's not a problem. I probably will leave that. Let's open this up. Don't you just love designing? It should be pretty cool. I mean, you know. Let's go here. All right, let's make it 4. See how that goes. And we'll come around. Hey, that wasn't enough. Let's make it a 1/2 inch. We just make it a 1/2 inch, or we can make it 7/16. We can do that. How many parts? I wonder how many consumer product, or how. I guess what I want to say is I wonder how many products that you see are like kind of a mix between Imperial and metric, or how. I mean, is there somebody going back behind people and checking them to make sure they're like, well, hey, I think so. Maybe there is somebody that said, why don't you just make that all metric, you know, and not. Granted, I mean, you can just convert 7/16 to the metric equivalent, but my thought was, I'm going to pull up the calculator real quick and see 0.4375. So that's 11.1125 millimeters. So it would be like, well, just make that 11.5 millimeters. Okay, 11.5. Well, that makes 45. That doesn't make sense. So let me see. I'm just seeing, well, would you leave it 11.5 millimeters? I mean, 11.1125 millimeters, or would you just like take it up to 12.7 to be a 1/2 inch? Or would you just make it 12? Chime in the chat. Let me know what you think. And I think now, because I'm 3D printing it, I may be getting a bad habit. Is like, well, you can just, it doesn't even matter what it is. You can just make it, because I'm not going to go outside and machine it. I don't need a piece of tooling. I don't need a piece of tooling that's going to be some certain dimension, or I don't have to, I'm not going to have to do a boring bar or something and try to dial it. I just need it to be big enough. And there's some clearance there. So, again, I'll make this part. I'll go ahead and do it now. Let me make sure that's accurate with what I see here. Let's go. Let's go. You know what? I just realized I didn't even talk about the Super Bowl. Hope everybody, if you're on the chat, if you watched the Super Bowl, did you enjoy it? I didn't see the Super Bowl. I'm not really a football fan like that. But I did stop by to see I didn't stop by. I actually, watched on YouTube the halftime show. I am privy to the 90s, but it was all right. It's cool. What did you think? Let's see if I can find this. Did I miss it? We are the good thing about the stream, if I'm busy, it goes by pretty quick. And I got some progress done. Kudos to me. Let's see what we got as far as dimension here. Oh, it's the 1/8 of an inch deep. Wait a second. What? No, it's offset. Okay. What in the world did I do? Okay, I offset it. Is it 1/32? I'm going to make it more. Let's put it at a 16th. All right, so let's do that. I think that's going to be enough. Roughly about a 16th. Let's go back to the assembly. Oh boy. All right, so it's playing games again on me. I don't know why it's doing that. It's disappearing, but at least I know what it's doing now, I think. Okay. Do that. Let's hit save. I mean, you can imagine you do all this work and then all of a sudden now your part disappears and you're like, what happened to it? So I actually, even with that being said, now it would be cool if we were using like a file management system or something. If I was archiving it, so that'd be cool because you can always go back to a previous version as long as you're checking it in and stuff. So I see how that would be very beneficial. So what I did do though, because of that very thing, I went back and I went and saved like a backup copy. Like I just saved a file out and changed the name and just said, okay, I have at least one backup copy that's like 70% of the, or it saved me. It made a respawn point of where I'm leaving off. Okay, so let's see here. So that's good. 1/16 of an inch is plenty. So I got some gap. That hole needs to be a little bit bigger. We'll fix that hole. The main thing, one of the main things I wanted to see is how the space was gonna be on the inside with the other components, so I can see how it interacts with the switch and stuff. Let me fix this hole, and that'll be a wrap on that today. Thank you so much for tuning in, stopping by. I appreciate it. Make sure that if you do stop by and watch some of it later, you can still answer a question, put a comment on. I can read them later on. You can also follow so that you can be on the stream live. I'm trying to do this every day from basically noon to 1. Trying to find that time to make that happen. I may stream in the evenings or some other times, but right now this is just where we're doing. And I feel like, even though I feel like it's promising, Let's just say that. I feel like it's promising. Regardless of what happens, at least I'm making progress on these projects. And that is the main goal, that I get this thing done, because I've been wanting this thing done for a long time. All right, so I'm going to make this just 1/4 of an inch. Let's see what I'm going to measure it real quick. that something's wrong. I might have drew that. Oh, you know what? I didn't measure it. You know what? I need to undo that. I didn't measure it. I'm going to undo it. I drew the that inner piece, that inner diameter little piece on the SME connecting. I just drew it, and I didn't properly dimension it. So this hole actually is probably closer to being correct than me changing it. So okay, cool. I do like this, man. I am so into who watches those model building videos on YouTube? Like people who build gunpla videos of Gundams and stuff, where they take the perfect grade kits or any grade kit really, and they open it, assemble it, and then paint it. They're somewhat long videos, but I really enjoy that stuff. I like the kits. I'm even thinking about once this is done. Another side note. It is 12:56. Another side note. I've actually, even though I haven't completed this yet, I already have an idea of how I want to make the next one. So I'm going to make this one, of course. But if you look at most new controllers, radios out there, hey, look at that. If you look at most radios, they all have a screen. Now, I've always wanted to have a screen on this. Even some of my older radios, which I'll do a show and tell later, they all had a screen for like video transmission or whatnot. And this has the LCD screen, but this is small. You know, you're not gonna watch any video on this. This is just for configuring the radio and troubleshooting and all that good stuff. But I know I want another one that has an actual full screen on it that you could watch videos. You know, you can FPV. Well, it wouldn't be FPV, but you could fly by the video, whatnot. I guess it would still be FPV. You just wouldn't have any goggles on. So, but this configuration I have right here, I was like, I can't see slapping a monitor on this, screen on this. Originally, I was going to put it here, and that was the thought, but it was like, well, your hands are up here. Now you're looking below your hands at this weird angle. I was like, that just doesn't seem like it's going to be the way I want it to be. So, but yesterday I had an epiphany or an idea. I was like, oh, you know what I can do? I can do it more like this. So I can say, okay, I need a radio. I want a radio that has a screen, but I'll do it more like this. And I've seen that, but I've seen these already. Radios like that, but I'll move more in this direction. I spin on it. It won't look just like this, but screen in the middle, controls on the side. But I'll still use the larger gimbals instead of these small ones, these thumb ones. All right. Well, I hope you guys had a good time today checking out the stream. I appreciate it. And I'm definitely happy I was able to make some more progress. Even though it seemed incremental, I still have I just put in a part, and that's something I don't have to do now. All right. So again, this is, well, me designing my radio, but this has been Design by Purpose, Design and Chill for Monday, February 14th, 2022, Valentine's Day. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me, check me out for these videos and some other videos as I progress. You can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Robotronics09, that's 09. Also, my YouTube channel is youtube.com/C/Moral Rich Media, all one word. You can just search Moral Rich Media. Check that out. Of course, you can see the reposts of these there, slightly edited. So I'll take out some of the long sections where I'm not doing anything maybe. So yeah, you can check that out. And yeah, outside of that, I guess I'll see you guys next time. I should be here tomorrow, the Lord willing. That's the game plan. So we will make that happen. Thank you again for tuning in. And on that note, I am out of here. Peace. Oh wait, I'm still here. Wait, I am still here. I can't leave. I can't leave. Okay, buttons don't work. Or we can just enjoy the song together.